So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage Matt Smith.
Oh, Trip. Hello. Hi. Hello, boys.
Well done. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much for turning up. I thought, oh God, no one's going to come, but you did. Hurrah!
Yeah, they're all here. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Yeah, I'm really thrilled to be here. I am.
So, Easter Saturday.
Easter Saturday.
Series 7, Part B.
Yes, the Bells of St. John.
We're all, obviously, all of us are excited, incredibly excited. Is it a big moment for you to sit down and see it and watch it and see what an audience makes of it and see what we think of it?
Of course, because, I haven't seen a single frame yet.
Haven't you?
No. I've seen nothing, and there's a screening on Friday morning.
Yes.
You coming?
I'm hosting that as well, sorry.
Yeah, of course you are. All right, mate.
Sorry.
Well, I'll see. Have you seen it? You must have seen it.
No, I haven't seen it yet, no. Any day now, they're going to send me some mysterious link, apparently.
Yeah, and you've got to have a password to it and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. And it's sort of, I think Stephen watched James Bond.
Yeah.
And got slightly inspired by that. And it's kind of action of, there's a motorbike in it and we go up the side of the Shard and all that.
And it's set in London in the present day.
London, present day, aliens in the Wi-Fi. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And wouldn't that just piss you off as well if it didn't work?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah. And don't you mention Twitter in this episode?
There is a bit of Twitter bashing goes on, yeah.
Yeah. Which I know you like that, because you're not a big fan of Twitter, are you?
It's not that I'm not a big fan. I'm sort of, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel slightly intimidated about the whole thing, really. But I think it's interesting if the Doctor's not a big fan.
Yes.
Because, for someone who has this great mind, that if, modern technology and human modern technology sort of baffles him.
Yeah.
It's a bit like marriage. But why? It's like...
And women in general, girls.
Like River will flirt with him, he'll feel uncomfortable, and then he'll just insult her.
Yeah.
Because, it's... And I think with Twitter, he's just like, but why... What's the...
Yeah.
But then, of course, he uses it,
Right.
in many, many guises to save the world.
Oh, that's good to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you remember in the 11th hour?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yes, indeed. Yeah. Now, we've seen you and Jenna Louise Coleman kissing.
Yes.
At the start. Talking.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So is there, how would you describe, the relationship, she's such a mysterious figure. She's dying all the time. She's coming back to life. She's, all this is happening. Yeah. She's changing personality.
Yeah.
Do we have a more of a, is she fixed to a certain type of person in this second part of the series?
Well, we meet the modern day version of her in Bells. But of course, what I think's lovely about the journey that we go on is that I think she's sort of reignited his curiosity in the universe and the world, and it's given him something. And there's that beat at the end of The Angels Take Manhattan when he's reading the letter from Amy, and she says, "Don't be alone, Doctor. Never be alone." And I think that's so important for him. And so hopefully now she's reignited that sort of curiosity that he has about the universe, and she's something impossible to him, and that is always a sort of...
So he doesn't know...
No.
So the mystery of who she is, I feel, is a big thread, seems to be a big thread.
Yeah, it really is. And it was a big thread for us when we were shooting as well, because Stephen, as most of you know, keeps everything from us. And it was one of those, just tell me, what's going on?
Do you know now?
Now I know.
Oh, okay.
And obviously I can't say a thing.
No, I'm not trying to lead you to say anything.
No.
Now, the thing that Stephen says about all these episodes is he wants everyone to be a big movie, a big kind of like... Does it feel like the way to you? Does it feel when you're making it that each one is a big kind of thing that you're making?
Yeah, because every 2 weeks, your world changes so categorically. So if we take this one, for instance, we were in London and we had Celia Imrie, and then 2 weeks later we did a sort of a big Alien Planet Neil Cross episode and had like 40 different prosthetic monsters in different heads, and then they built a full to size submarine and flooded it and filled it with water, and then then there's the finale, and then we did a ghost story and we were in forests the whole time. And so every 2 weeks the world around you is changing so much, the sets are changing so much, the actors coming in, and you're literally going from the past to the future, from the past to the future to present day, from the past, and that's why I think... And actually, I was doing an interview earlier today, and someone said to me, why do you think it's made it to 50? And I said, well, for that very conceit, that every week it can change so entirely.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah,
Pretty
anywhere in
much.
time and space,
Yeah.
any time you want to go. And
Yeah. You talked about getting the chemistry right with Jenna Louise, and you talked about the Katharine Hepburn, Spencer Tracy movies that I think you suggested. And was it difficult to get to that point where you were zipping back and forward? Because there's a brilliant, I thought in the Christmas special when she's climbing up that thing and there's a great
sort of
banter,
bickering,
very quick between the two of you. Was it hard to get to that rhythm, or was it something that quite easily you established?
No, I mean, she had a very instinctual response to Stephen's writing, which is so rhythmic and so much about the way you approach his rhythms. And she got that innately very quickly. But I think, and it was the same with me and Karen, we were sort of 2 months in, and we were going, look, we need to this needs to be better. We need to push each other more as actors. We need to get to a place.
Right.
But it's such a weird thing, Doctor Who, because you do sort of 2 auditions with the companion.
Yeah.
And then you go on set, and they're like, have instant chemistry.
Right.
And
yeah.
like with anything, like with any chemistry creatively, it's something you have to work at. It's
Yeah.
not just a sort of thing. Or it can be, or it can't be. I mean, it's... and she's so hardworking and detailed, and I think hopefully throughout the series you see a sort of progression with me and Jenna and also for the Doctor, he was so entwined with the Ponds.
Absolutely,
there's
yeah.
something he's become a bit harder.
Well, he
I
was
think.
quite, at the beginning of the Christmas episode, he was quite miserable and down and all that. But by the end, he seemed to be back.
Yeah.
Again. Is he back? He seems to be back
He's
fully
back.
in the game.
Yeah, and he's mad again.
Yes, good.
He's turning up in like stupid clothes, and she's like, "You're a nut job. What are you doing? Go away." He's like, "Come on."
Yeah, we want Mad Doctor, definitely.
Yeah, he's got to be mad and adventurous and curious.
Now, looking at the trailer, apart from that, there's loads of exciting things. And the Cybermen are back.
Cybermen are back in a Neil Gaiman episode.
Neil Gaiman episode.
Yeah.
Incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
I have to say, out of everything, I'm excited. Just this title, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS.
Yeah. That's an exciting one.
That's pretty good there, isn't it?
Yeah, I really wanted to see the Doctor's bedroom, and we didn't.
Oh.
I know, right? Wouldn't that be great?
Bathroom? Do you see?
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great.
I thought that he'd have like a sort of a space safari park in there as
Yeah.
well, where he's collated sort of mad animals throughout the universe who sort of just hang around. But what's really exciting about that episode, I think, is it's not all walls and corridors.
Okay.
There's different parts to the TARDIS.
Oh. Because we had a lot of TARDIS action in The Doctor's Wife, of course.
The Doctor's Wife, we
which
did.
Is fascinating, but this is something different. This is more... We're going to get more of a physical idea. Well, I'm not getting you to spoil anything, but more of a...
And it's more about... You sort of learn a bit more about who the TARDIS is.
Wow.
Without giving too much away, and
Right.
what effect she can have on the shape of that spaceship.
Yeah. Do you have a preference over... Because obviously, this first episode is set in the present.
Yeah.
Loads of episodes set in the future, loads some in the past. Do you get excited about any of those particular ways of doing it?
Yeah, I tend to like the past and the future
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
The present's cool.
Yeah.
But you're just like, I'm filming in a house.
Yeah.
But they don't like.
Yeah.
But for this Alien episode, I hope I'm not giving too much away here. But they built a whole market, and there's all these mad nuts aliens sort of walking around everywhere, and things like that remind you that you're making Doctor Who. You
Yeah,
know?
that does sound good.
Yeah, it was fab.
We're all obviously, I think everyone in this room, I'm including the whole store. I don't even know if there's anyone here not here to see you, but we're all obsessed with the show. And we're fans, and people I'm sure go on forums talk about. Was there a show when you were growing up, or even now, that you're as obsessed with as we are with Doctor Who?
Recently, I mean, I loved Breaking Bad. Obviously, that's amazing, right? And do you know what I'm loving at the moment?
Go on.
And I've got episode 12 to watch on Friday. The Walking Dead.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
Season 3,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when I don't want to give too much away, but someone had a baby, and when that and I was like, no, that can't happen, no way.
Yeah.
And then like other characters that I've met recently who maybe I haven't seen for a while, I was like, no.
Yeah.
And
They're
I
very
think-
good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Annie Lincoln's really great. Dave Morrissey's really
Yeah,
great.
I just saw David Morrissey, yeah.
No
Legend.
way, where?
Yeah, at the South Bank Show Awards. And Benedict Cumberbatch was there as well, let me just say
really?
that. Yeah.
The old team back together.
Yeah, I'm just not throwing those names out.
Yeah, he starts Sherlocking soon.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Presumably you have to watch Sherlock because you're,
Yeah.
you're the Moff's mate. You have to...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, do you
and
give him-
Mark's mate, and Ben's
Oh, of
mate.
course, yeah.
I love it. I mean, but that's no hardship. I
No.
love Sherlock.
No, it's amazing.
But what's good is this time is, and it's never happened before, but for the first time, Sherlock and Doctor Who are filming at exactly
Yes.
the same time in
Yes.
Cardiff. So I'll see Martin and
Yeah.
Ben and everyone.
Yeah. So you're filming the 50th special
Yeah.
in next month, in April.
Yeah, in 2 weeks, yeah.
So you must have read the script now.
I read it yesterday.
Anything?
Oh man, alive. I mean,
do you want to give? I won't ask you. I won't ask you to spoil any of the actual scenes or anything. But who's in the cast list? Just tell us that.
me.
Yeah.
Jenna.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
That's it. You'll find out. You'll have to wait and see, but you won't be disappointed.
You won't be disappointed. Let's just let that sink in for a minute. Did you know who was in the cast list before you read the script?
Yeah, I've known for ages.
Have you? Oh.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just lie to you all the time.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, these things are always sort of on the edge and you don't know who's in it. And you know what? I don't know who's in the cast just yet because it hasn't been officially cast. So we wait and see. But what he's written is, I think, just spellbinding. I think it's one of the best ever.
Wow.
And, there's parts of it in mad 3D and stuff.
It's all in being in 3D.
Yeah. But what he's done with that idea is really clever. He's not just throwing things at the screen. It's Stephen Moffat's approach, and he's been waiting to write this script forever.
Yeah.
And I think he's really done it justice.
When you got the role, although a few years ago now, did it occur to you at one point? Oh, actually, I might be the Doctor in the 50th anniversary year?
No, weirdly it didn't because it was sort of 4 years away.
Yeah.
But to be it now is, I feel very privileged at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's extraordinary,
cool,
isn't it?
man.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about that episode? So is it one episode? Can you say that? How much can you say?
No, it's a whole. No, yeah, it's one-off piece.
Okay.
But
Piece, good word.
yeah, but there are elements to it which are different to
Okay.
normal episodes. And I won't go into too much detail,
very
but
good.
I think therefore, when you combine all the elements that are different,
Yeah.
it's not just an episode of Doctor Who, it's something else. It's something bigger and greater and more exciting. And I read it and I sort of it's funny as well. It's so funny.
Oh, brilliant. When you get the script, specifically from the Moff, do you ever read it? I mean, people say, I'm sorry, I'm calling him the Moff.
Yeah, that's what he is.
I'm just
The
doing
Moff.
that. Some people have said they're quite complicated, and I love the complicated.
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
because you
yeah.
have to pay attention. But
Yeah.
do you read them ever and go, oh, hold on, I'm not sure if I understand what's going on there? Do you get what he's getting at most of the time?
Yeah, I get it most of the time because I read them in a way, I pay great attention and I try and notice the details. And then if there's something in page 60 that I look back at page 30 and I connect it. And
Right.
and it's my job to connect the dots.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people do say that they're complicated, but for my money, would we want a Doctor Who that isn't complicated? Would we want it that isn't sort of sciencey, wincy, and wibbly and strange, and mad and different times, and that that wives that are from the future that you don't know? I mean, he plays with time and the central idea of time and structure, unlike anyone I know. And for my money, I think great.
Yeah,
It should
no,
challenge
absolutely,
us,
yeah,
and
yeah.
because and there's such a tendency nowadays to dumb everything down, and people say, is it too complicated for children? But when children watch The Simpsons, do they get all of it? No, they get the bits that they enjoy, and I think it's similar with Doctor Who.
And it's so ambitious, isn't it? It's so bold and big and ambitious that it's almost like that's part of the whole deal. I think that people now expect it to be.
Yeah. And if it was, I mean, I think he's, for my money, the best around.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are going off soon to film. By the way, I'll be throwing open to you guys shortly, so get ready with any questions you've got. But you're going off shortly to appear in a big Hollywood film, aren't you?
Yeah, well,
I consider it to be a big Hollywood
Well,
film. Ryan
Gosling's
first directorial film.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah.
are the big lead role. So what?
I'm not the
no,
big
are you
lead
not?
role.
Oh, okay.
No, that's a myth. That's
Oh,
a
okay.
complete myth. I have a wonderful part in what I think is a really exciting and extraordinary film. And I think he's an exciting and similarly extraordinary guy. He's full of brilliant ideas. He has great passion, great enthusiasm, and I feel very privileged to be going to work with him because I admire him as an actor. And I read his script and I loved it. So, yeah, it'll be fun. I hope.
So you met with him and he gave you the role after.
Yeah. I did an audition with him in New York and then a few days go by and you wait for a phone call and sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no, and in this case it was yes. And I'm excited because there's a wonderful cast attached, and I really loved the film.
Right.
And I love the part. So
But this will be the first time you're not filming Doctor Who, won't it? In these kind of summer months for a long time, I guess.
Yeah, no, but I come back
You
and
come
I
back,
start
okay.
shooting again on Doctor Who in either August or September.
Oh, okay, good. I was just checking.
Yeah, of course.
Just checking that fact.
Yeah, where's my water? There it is.
Before my last few questions are kind of very simple things, which I'm sure you've had to ask so many times, but I do always want to know and update
Absolutely.
it. So, what is your favourite of your episodes so far?
Ever.
Of your ones, yeah, your ones ever.
Wow,
yeah.
it's difficult, you know, like because I'm attached to them for different reasons.
Yeah.
I love the 11th Hour because it was the first one,
Yeah.
and I sort of fell in love with Amy and I love Karen and Arthur in such a lot, and so I look back on that and I've got so old.
Oh, come on.
I bloody have. I've got grey hairs coming through, I tell you. And I really like the episodes with James because he's a good laugh. I mean,
James Gordon.
yeah. Vincent and the Doctor because there's so many stories, you know, that are sort of attached to different things. I thought The Angels Take Manhattan was one to be celebrated. Yeah. So, but if I had to pick one, if I could only watch one again, I'd watch The 11th Hour.
Right. And do you have a moment? Was there a scene?
In that?
Well, no, in general, a scene that you've done that you thought, oh, that was a brilliant thing. That was
Oh
great,
gosh,
right?
yeah. I mean, again, so many. I think. I don't know what that I've ever shot.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
various reasons. I'm gonna have a think about that.
Think about
and
it,
answer
yeah.
at the end
No
of the Q&A
Okay.
because that's
Fine.
you know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
What's your favourite episode that you're not in? Favourite pre-you episode?
Blink.
Yeah. Incredible, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Blink or Tomb of the Cybermen, Troughton.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, which I love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. No, Blink is pretty much one of the best bits of TV ever.
Yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
it's
Yeah.
sort of brilliant.
Yeah.
And we've got the Ice Warriors coming back as well
Oh,
this
yes.
season. For those of you that know the old Who, and
Yeah.
they were a Troughton monster, and I love Troughton, so it's quite nice.
That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
I
really
think so.
exciting. Well, I've had my say, and it's up to you now. So wait for a microphone. The lady in the second row was the first person with a hand up. There we are. Don't worry.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I was just wondering what your favorite book is and why.
Oh, good question. My favourite book is a book called The Master and the Margarita.
Oh yeah.
Which is by a guy called Bulgakov, who was a Russian, and it's mad. It's about a guy called Voland, who is the devil basically, and he comes back to Earth with a giant human-sized cat and a very tall man called Koryev, and it's magic realism, and I love all that sort of stuff. So check it out. Yeah.
Will do.
I think they're showing it on Sky Arts at the moment.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Read
You
the
can
book
see it.
though.
Yeah. Thank you. Good question.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Great question.
A lady
I
just
like
in
book
front
questions.
there. I'll go to some men eventually.
Hello.
I'm asking for my daughter who's in Australia.
Right.
When are you going to Australia?
It's a very good question. Well, do you know, I hope soon, because I've never been and I really want to go, and there is a real Who following out there. So, you know, if it can work sometime toward the end of Christmas, I imagine this year, or in the following year, 2014. I don't know. That would be the window if it. So fingers crossed. I'd like to make it happen.
Thank you. Let's go to the second one. There's a lady just there with a hand. Thank you.
Hi, this is
Hi.
more of actually a Doctor Who question.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're the Doctor, so you play a good character. However, if you could have played any of the villains, who would it be and why?
In Who?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a great question.
Thank you.
You kind of want to go for the Master, don't you? But you know, I think that's John's, and you got to let that live. Any other villain? Yeah. You know who I really loved, and if it was a man, because I'd have to play her as a man. I really loved Helen McCrory in The Vampires in Venice.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I thought she was great, and that whole Venetian outfit thing. Maybe her. She was fun.
Helen McCrory is brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good, very good question. Gentleman just behind in the hoodie. I think it's a hoodie. Yes.
Hello.
What episode are you most excited about coming up?
In the current season?
Yeah.
Ooh. I think I really like I mean the finale is going to be really exciting because, you know, what comes next is the 50th. And boy oh boy is there a at the end of that.
Oh, really?
So that's really exciting. And there's a great new monster coming up toward the end of the series, which I think will be on par with like the Angels and the Silence and stuff. It's really creepy. And it's a Moffat monster. So it's kind of mad, you know. And I think, I think there's an episode called The Hider in the House with Dougray Scott, written by Neil Cross, which is like a modern ghost story. And I think that's really good.
Thank you. Very good question. The Lady in the Fez. I mean, if you're going to wear a fez...
Hey,
you've got-
yeah. Also, so that's a wonderful thing to say. The Lady
Yeah,
in
the
the
Lady
Fez.
in the Fez is just... It's just a dream. Yeah.
Do you want me to stand up?
You don't have
Stand
to.
up. Let's see a
It's up to you.
costume.
There
Yeah.
you go, yeah.
Look at that. Hurrah.
What's your favourite episode of Sherlock? Or I'll cry.
No, my favourite episode of Sherlock. Well, I think for me, it was the very first one I saw, just because, and I know that's, you know, and when Andy came in, Andy Scott and everything, and the last one of the last season was you know, that's got to be up there for me. That was amazing, because he's so good in it. But I didn't know what to expect. And then when all the sort of text started coming up on screen and all that, and because, and that was a Moffat one, I think, the first of the first season. I don't know which one it was. Yeah, it was A Study in Pink. That was it. And also, because I'd read it, because I auditioned for Watson, and so it was, I sort of really fell in love with it when I read it, and all that taxi driver stuff was brilliant and clever. And what's your favourite?
Yeah, probably the Riker McFall.
Oh.
But if you were John, would you ship John Locke?
But I'm not John.
Do you ship it anyway?
Brilliant.
Oh, Lord.
Putting him on the spot now.
Yes, putting him on the
Well
spot.
done. Well done, woman in Fez.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go back to this side. This lady in the front row here.
Hello. First of all, I just got to say, loving the socks.
Thank you very much. I love a bold sock.
It's a good
My
sock.
question is to do with River Song. Is the character taking an extended vacation, or will we be seeing more of her?
I couldn't possibly tell you because I have to kill you, but
Please don't.
no, rest assured that I doubt we've seen the last of River Song. Isn't she great? I love River Song. Yeah.
Good question. Lady in red. For the
Lady
back, for that
in
bit.
red.
Hi. Firstly, National Youth Theatre. Yes, that's the reason I'm here today.
There you go.
And secondly, on a scale of like from 1 to The Angels Take Manhattan, how much am I going to cry at the 50th anniversary?
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think you might laugh more than you cry.
Are you sure?
But, you know, there might be a bit of crying in there. Actually, there is one moment which might shed a tear. I don't know. I think 6 to 7. But then, you know, there's a new draft out today, which I've got to read.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh.
Draft 2.
Draft 2, of course. Draft 1. Draft 2.
Yeah.
Well, we've only got time for one more question. I'm going for this lady right at the end there because it's a difficult spot to be spotted in. She's got a nice
Hi.
cardigan thing.
Hello.
Hi. I was wondering if you could do anything else in film other than acting. Is there anything else you would like to try?
Direct. And I've just finished directing something which I cut, and I go into the final sound mix for it tomorrow, and I really loved it, actually. It's wonderful. It's going to be...
What's that?
It's called Carghazi, and it's going to be on Sky in May or something, I think. And
Was that one of the Playhouse things?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had a really, really thrilling time. It's with a lovely actor called Joe Cole and a lovely actor called Craig Roberts. I don't know if you know any of those.
Joe
those
Cole
guys.
was in Skins.
Yeah, and
who's
Craig
brilliant,
was in Submarine.
Yeah.
And it's good, so check it out. Yeah,
Oh,
and
very
I really loved it, actually.
Very
Yeah.
exciting. Well, that's all we've got time for. I'm really sorry, but thank you all for your brilliant questions.
Thanks
and
for turning
coming.
up
Thanks
as
for turning
well.
up.
Yeah, it
and thanks
means a
particularly
lot.
to Matt Smith. Right.